8:30 p.m. tonight. Jamie.
Hi, Eric. Yeah, you've had a lot of injuries, all these sort of issues. If you were to have a squad that was healthier next season, so you could basically more or less pick who you wanted to, and have the centre back combination, the whole thing, so as you would like it. What can you do next season? Could you actually challenge for the title, because it would be your third year? So it'd be, you'd had the sort of 2 seasons to develop the team, hopefully a good summer. So could you actually challenge for the title, do you think?
This year we stand still, but I think when everyone is available, we are competing for top 4. I'm confident of that. Although I have to see there are some teams, it's not anymore a 2-horse race or 3-horse race in the Premier League. There is Villa, there is Spurs, there is Newcastle. So many good teams. There are 6-7 teams all can compete. Chelsea, don't forget them. They are all competing for top 4, and we are one of them. But we are not in this moment in this position to compete for number 1 or 2. That is fact. But I think we can come closer if we make a good window. And I think when we were last season, and then we had 30 goals with Ressi to add a striker. What we did with Rasmus Højlund, we add an additional quality midfielder with Mason Mount, and we want to play more from the back, and we add a good goalkeeper. So then you get closer. And also in this summer, I think we have to make our transfers on positions what strengthen us. We have to strengthen ourselves in the quality, in position, in key positions, but also in the depth of the squad. I think that's also one of the lessons from this season.
And just on Rashford, I think he's only scored 8 goals for Manchester United this season. I mean, that's sort of 22 less. I know the season's not over, but at the moment it's 22 less than last season. You're his manager. Basically, your job is to get the best out of all players. Why has he dropped off so dramatically?
Yeah, that is an interesting question. And so he knows, I know, and it has to do with himself, but also to do, of course, with the team. And in the first season we had problems, and I already said our attacking game has a lot improved after the winter. But before winter, our attacking game wasn't good enough.
So without prying, is there something personal we don't know about maybe, which is obviously none of our business, but you can't speak about, which is maybe a factor?
I think it's always the 2 factors I just mentioned. It's a team and it's himself, and that is, of course is related with each other.
Eric, Rafa Varane's been out for several weeks now. His contract expires in the summer as well. Are you still expecting him to come back before the end of the season? And is there an update on how he's recovering?
He is also one of the players who I expect to return before the end of the season here.
Is there any news on those negotiations over his contract?
James.
Eric, just following on from Jamie's question on Rashford there, and obviously Anthony's also had a very difficult season, came off early on Wednesday night. You talked about wanting more from your attacking players off the ball, as well as obviously greater goal contributions. Someone like Amad Diallo has not started a game yet this season, but has looked good when he's come on. Is there a danger that it sends the wrong message continually playing your underperforming attackers and not giving a youngster like that the opportunity to at least get a go?
No, as you say, Amad is doing really well, and we have a lot of competition in the front line, and that is especially I know from players you have to give them trust, but they have to prove it, and there's coming a certain point that things turns around going against them. But if you assess, you say Anthony, but he played a very good game against Chelsea, for instance, but then from low perspective, I didn't play him against Liverpool. And also, I think in Newport, he played also very good, and then I put him on the bench again in the game after. So I don't think it's fair how you bring this, and it's always a thin line between give them trust, and but there's coming a point that we want that other players will get more chances. That's clear.
But say in the case of Amad, would he think he's had a fair chance when he sees the number of opportunities that are being given to some bigger name forwards who have consistently underperformed this season. It's not like...
First of all, Ahmad had a very bad injury, so he was for a long period in this season. He was out, and he wasn't available, and then he returned, and he needed some time to get back, to get match fit, and he needed training, and he needed also some areas. He needed some catch up. So yeah, I think it's fair, and now he gets his minutes, and he has to keep fighting, set his performances in the minutes he gets, not get, but deserves, I think. And from there on, you get your position in the starting 11.
Rob.
Hi Eric, just back onto Marcus. I think most fans would probably accept that not every season you can score 30, 35 goals, but there's a perception among some fans that perhaps on occasion he doesn't work as hard as perhaps some of your other players. Obviously they're just looking at the match with their own eyes, but you've got all the data, you know, how intense he's running and the work rate. Are you happy just on that side of his game that he's doing everything he possibly can? You, aside from the goals and aside from the assists, that he is doing everything he can to work as hard as he possibly can?
First of all, I think Marcus Rashford is capable of to score every season 25, 35 goals. That is, he has the assets to do that. I'm 100% confident of this. And the other thing, when he's not doing the right stuff out of possession, I will confront him with this. I will tell him, and I will give arguments, and also we use data.
And have you had to have that conversation with him?
I think that is an internal matter.
Last question, Paul.
Just going back to your comment on your players, your attacking players, you wanted them to contribute more off the ball. You know, you're in your second year, coming towards the end of your second year now. When you came in, you made it clear that you wanted them to press. That was part of your philosophy. Why has that not got through to the players, and why are they not doing it on the pitch?
I didn't say that they don't do it, but it can be more. But especially when they need also backing, they need covering, and then it's about team. And we don't have a consistent back four. That's why. That is the main reason. When you don't have in the back, so for Messi is very. I know he's very comfortable when Luke Shaw is in his back, because that's a very good partnership.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.